I knew it wouldn't be a pleasant reminder. Margot's name on the screen when my phone buzzed that morning. I unlocked my phone with a sensation of dread. It used to feel like a connection to something warm and familiar. Now, it felt like a barricade. Then came the text. It didn't feel like a request. It felt like an order. Please don't come. Let's not make this about you. I froze. My thumb hovered over the notification. It was Ivy's 8th birthday. I'd been there every year, to blow out the candles, to hand her gifts, to watch her laugh until her shoulders trembled. I planned her parties. I picked the cake flavors, the playlists, every detail. But this year was different. Margot had remarried to a man named Curtis, and suddenly I was a problem. I stared at those words. The house around me went silent. No more echoes of the kids laughing over breakfast, only the weight of my suit jacket pulling down on my shoulders. I realized I was already dressed. I didn't text back, didn't argue. I slipped my phone into my pocket, picked up the little gift bag from the table, and walked to the door, step by hesitant step. I wouldn't let Margot's new life erase my presence in Ivy's. Even if the car felt heavier that morning, I kept driving. The country club was familiar, even if the reason felt foreign. Don't. Come. I kept thinking about those words. When had something that once brimmed with hope become hostile? I imagined Ivy's face as she ripped the wrapping paper, her fingers grazing the edges of the box. What once were shared dreams had become a battleground. I tapped the steering wheel slowly, my fingers resting on the handmade wooden memory box I crafted just for her. A reminder. No new last name could ever replace mine in her heart. Love doesn't ask for permission. Was 20 minutes late. Typical, I thought, as I pulled into the valet circle. Margot's timing always had a way of being symbolic. Another boundary. A reminder. I no longer had a place in the story. I took the gift bag and walked through. The iron gates, pastel balloons floated above, ribbons danced in the breeze. Parents in clean linen and polished heels laughed in tiny, curated groups. As I sipped champagne and exchanged hollow pleasantries, I felt their eyes. Curious, judging. Then I saw her, Ivy. She stood beneath a canopy of pink and purple balloons, wearing a flowered frock. Her dark curls bounced as she leaned over a line of chocolate cupcakes. She looked up, saw me. Her eyes lit up. I saw it. That flicker of recognition. Margot's words had tried to erase me. But Ivy remembered. Her face shifted from surprise to joy. She moved to run toward me. My heart thundered, ribbon in hand. I stepped forward. Just 2 long strides to close the gap, but Margot got to her first. Let's not make this about you, Micah, she said, calm as ever, cold, composed, delivering a verdict, not a greeting. My chest tightened. Still, I smiled. Happy birthday, sweetheart, I whispered as I kneeled, holding the gift bag out. I got you something special, I added softly. Open it when you're alone. Okay, she replied, and her smile shone like sunlight through clouds. I stood, breathing deeply. I wanted to say more. To remind Margot, no matter the consequences, I would always be Ivy's father. But instead, I nodded. The air felt thick, like I was swimming through it. Margot's party swirled behind her, but I wasn't here to argue. I walked away slowly, not turning back, but I could feel the silence, the eyes, the unspoken tension. I pictured Ivy cradling that box, that piece of me. The memory box was more than wood and velvet. It was a defiant whisper. I am here. You cannot take me away. I slid into my car and closed my eyes. For the first time since the text, I felt something settle inside me. Not anger, not relief. Clarity. No remarriage, gate, or message could remove me from my daughter's life. Being her father wasn't up for negotiation. Every morning for the past 3 weeks, the sun streamed through the blinds as I sat at my workbench, coffee in one hand, sandpaper in the other. I wanted Ivy's memory box to feel like a treasure chest, solid, timeless. Our relationship had cracks, yes, but it was unbreakable. This wasn't about impressing anyone. Each curve, every carved letter of her name on the lid carried meaning. I built 2 compartments, a shallow top section for notes, drawings, keepsakes, a deeper drawer below for photographs and charms. I sketched the layout by hand, measured it again, then again, bought cherry wood from a local mill, shaped it slowly, let my hands memorize every inch, because this wasn't just wood. It was 8 birthdays, 8 years of bedtime stories, 8 years of being there. I worked late into the evenings, brushed warm stain into the grain, pressed in brass hinges, fitted a tiny lock, click. Then came the most personal part, carving her name. With every letter, I was back in the hospital, the day she was born, her little fist wrapping around my thumb. Inside, I placed 8 tiny charms, 1 for each year. A flashlight, for the night she read her first book under the covers. A paintbrush, for our messy masterpieces. A soccer ball, for her first goal. A music note, for the recital where she trembled, then beamed. Each one, a memory etched in brass. I lined the drawer with lavender-scented velvet, tucked in matte-printed photos, origami notes, a pressed 4-leaf clover, a daisy from our wildflower picnic. Each piece, a piece of us. Then I tied the box with a pale pink ribbon, slipped it into a floral gift bag, watercolors that mirrored her favorite dress, and finally I wrote a note. Open this when you miss me. I hesitated before sealing the bag, feeling everything I hadn't said, a wave of hope, a pang of apology. That night, parked just a block away, I knew this gift wasn't just for today. It was a bridge back to her heart. Ivy skipped down the garden path, daisies in hand. Curtis and Margot watched. She smiled, yellow petals like little suns. I remembered Margot's words. This will make things awkward. But I knew the truth. It wasn't about awkwardness, it was about Ivy. Her right to know her father's love never came with conditions. At the yard's edge, I held the bag, rehearsed the line one last time. Happy birthday. That's all I needed.